How's it going, everybody? It's Royalty Crypto here, and today I wanted to talk about whether or not I think SEI is about to go parabolic. There's a lot of things that are separating this coin from basically every other layer 1 in the space, so I wanted to talk about that. I also will be looking at the overall crypto market as a whole and going over some potentially bullish catalysts that are coming around the corner. But before I get into all of that, guys, this is a brand new crypto YouTube channel, so if you like this type of content, please do me a favor and smash that like and subscribe button. As you guys can see, SEI has had a fantastic week as we are up about 12% right now, trading from our lows of earlier this week at 11 cents all the way up to nearly 13 cents. We currently have a market cap of 827 million, although our fully diluted market cap is 1.27 billion. So you will be dealing with just a bit of inflation with this coin, and we actually do have an unlock coming up relatively soon. As you can see from this unlock chart, I believe it takes place on January 15th, and it is about 1% of the supply, so it's nothing to be overly concerned about. However, it is definitely something to think about when you are investing into this coin. But guys, I am incredibly bullish on this project for so many reasons, and the first reason is because I believe that we are currently at a price that presents a fantastic risk to reward opportunity. The reason that I say that is because we are nearing all-time lows for this coin, and as you can see, in terms of market cap, we have been as high as a $3 billion market cap, which is about 3x higher than what we currently sit at. However, guys, I think that we could potentially go much higher than that, and my current price target for SEI for this year of 2026 is somewhere between a $15 to $25 billion market cap. Now, guys, of course, we could potentially end up topping lower than that, so once we do really start to gain bullish momentum for this project, I do recommend that you sell on the way up, because if you don't and you try to perfectly time the top, you could end up missing the move and round tripping your bags. And if you guys are watching my channel, I will be going over different indicators and letting you know when I'm personally taking profits on these coins. But as always, it is very important to do your own research because I am not a financial advisor. Another reason why I think it is a good time to be accumulating altcoins like SEI is because we have recently spiked on the crypto fear and greed index. As you can see, we bottomed at around a 15 back in November of 2025, and we are currently sitting back in neutral at 49, which is the highest levels we've seen in quite some time. Now, of course, it was better to be accumulating in extreme fear, and the higher we go on this chart, the riskier it is to accumulate. However, guys, SEI hasn't had a massive move just yet, so we are still sitting at relatively discounted prices, so I think that taking a risk on this coin right now is still a potentially good move. I also wanted to take a look at some recent news and updates from this project because we have had some very interesting partnerships and upgrades. As you can see, SEI has recently partnered up with Xiaomi, and they are planning to pre-install crypto wallets on millions of devices in Europe, Latin America, Asia, and Africa, aiming to provide instant access to crypto for its massive user base. So the fact that SEI is going to be one of the assets these people will have exposure to is undoubtedly bullish in my mind, because the more people that know about this project and the more people that are using this network, the better it is for overall price action. Also, as you can see, they are currently working on a Giga upgrade, which is designed to deliver a 50x improvement in EVM throughput, which will in turn optimize execution, consensus, and storage. The layer 1 space is very crowded nowadays, so it is very important for projects like SEI to make sure that they are staying relevant and competitive in terms of blockchain technology, and they are undoubtedly doing that with this upgrade. Now, another thing that I found very interesting is they are removing fees for high frequency trades. As you can see, SEI has recently eliminated transaction fees. For people that are high frequency trading on their blockchain and on-chain gaming. This is the first among major layer 1 blockchains, and this will hopefully attract significantly higher DEX volume and stablecoin liquidity. This is a very interesting upgrade, and I don't think that there is any other layer 1 doing this, so this does help separate SEI from the crowd, and SEI is becoming one of the most highly used blockchains in terms of gaming, so this could have a massive impact on this coin. Another thing, guys, this was a tweet from Thomas Crypto that I thought was very interesting. People sometimes argue that there's not enough people using the SEI blockchain, but take a look at these statistics, guys. SEI has over 1 million daily active users, and they have recently flipped SUI, Polygon, and Aptos as of September 2025. There are currently 82 million people who have SEI wallets. We have an average of 4.5 million daily transactions, which is quite insane. And as I mentioned earlier, we are currently the #1 ranked chain in terms of gaming market share. So guys, if you are bullish on Web3 gaming, and personally I am, then SEI could be the perfect investment for you. But of course, please do your own research outside of this video. But alright guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the overall crypto market as a whole, because I think in order to see a parabolic pump to the upside for SEI, we need to see another leg up for Bitcoin, ETH, and Solana. But the good news is we have just countless bullish catalysts coming for Bitcoin, and we basically see new things happening every single day, and this is one of them. Earlier today, we had the $5 trillion company Nvidia say that they are now investing in Bitcoin mining companies. This is absolutely massive, and I wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing an announcement in the next couple of months that companies like Nvidia are starting to acquire Bitcoin. Once some of the crypto regulatory bills are passed in the next couple of weeks to months, that could open the floodgates for massive companies like Nvidia to start buying hard Bitcoin. And of course, this could help the price action long term, because these companies have just insane amounts of cash that they are always looking to invest. And if that money is flowing into Bitcoin, that will undoubtedly push the prices higher. Another thing, guys, earlier today, a White House official confirms that the US will have an accumulation plan to purchase more Bitcoin. This is massive news. And if Trump starts to talk about this personally, I could see this causing a FOMO event for Bitcoin, because so far the US has found ways to acquire Bitcoin from seizing it from criminals and other countries and whatnot. But if they actually start purchasing Bitcoin, that could be insane. And this could force other countries to start to do so as well. So if that ends up being the case, guys, we could really see an incredible bull run for 2026. And that's not even taking into account that we have quantitative easing starting right now and multiple more rate cuts this year, most likely coming when we do have the new federal chair. So yeah, guys, there's just so many bullish things happening right now. And if you're only looking at price action and charts, you wouldn't necessarily know it. But when you're taking a look at things from a macro standpoint, it's almost impossible to not be bullish, in my opinion. But all right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at one last thing, because I think that this is an important thing to be watching over the next couple of weeks. As I mentioned in my video yesterday, I thought that it was somewhat likely that we would see a pullback happen at some point this week, because we've had so much bullish price action in the last couple of days, and we have seen that pullback take place. In my opinion, the reason why this happened is because of the fact that people have been stacking these high leverage longs in the past couple of days, and usually what happens when you see this amount of longs being positioned is they get liquidated to some extent. Now the good news is, guys, is we didn't just dump all the way down to about 87, 88,000, because when you look at this chart, there is a lot of longs down there at these levels. So hopefully the bulls are strong enough this time to push the price back up, and hopefully now we can zoom out just a little bit and start to liquidate all of the shorts that are above us. When you look at the 3-month liquidation chart, you can see that we have an absurd amount of short trades open from 94,000 all the way up to the all-time highs at 126,000. I think that we are potentially just days away from starting to liquidate all of these short traders, and of course it could take time to liquidate all of them all the way back up to all-time highs. However, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up liquidating these positions here in the matter of a day or two. It is definitely very possible, but we'll just have to see what happens in terms of news and in terms of the price in the next couple of days. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning into this video. I hope that you enjoyed the content, and I hope that you all have a fantastic night. Peace.